Whoops, it seems like there is a 15-minute limit on this screen recording software. I'll figure it out. I will get better. Where were we? All right, I was saying regarding the short papers, you can use several things, among them articles, video clips, a meme or other social media product, a personal anecdote that you would describe, another source such as a book, song lyric, poem, movie, or any other publicly available material that can demonstrate the concept selected, right? So far you selected a concept and now you selected an example of the concept, something that when you read the concept, maybe you were reminded of. Ask if you think of a real life example not listed here that you want to use, right? Because there are many things that I did not list. Please do not use a scientific article or the reporting of a scientific article. If you do this, you will get an automatic 0 as your grade. Because again, the idea of this assignment is that you use one of the concepts from the textbook and that you find a real life example that represents the concept. The goal of these papers is to have you make the connection from the concept to remember to the real life examples. This is why you should also avoid Googling the concept to remember. So for example, if you choose the hindsight bias, that's very popular among my students. So if you choose hindsight bias, don't Google hindsight bias because you're going to come up with a bunch of videos and readings about hindsight bias. You should think of it by yourself. You should search your life experience to make a connection between the social psychology concept and the real life example. Once you selected this real life example, write about how the social psychology concept can be used to analyze the example. Also, conclude by answering why you think that it is useful or not to learn this concept. Therefore, the outline of this paper should be 1. Definition of the concept selected according to the textbook, but in your own words. This is what we call paraphrasing. It is important that you paraphrase. 2. A description of the real life example selected. Tell me, what was it? Is it a movie? Is it a song? What did you choose to exemplify the concept? 3, and this is very important because if you don't do this right, it's very hard to write point number 3. A short explanation of how does the real life example matches the concept selected. Why is it a good example of the concept according to you? And then 4, why is it useful to learn about this concept? Is it useful in your life, your future profession, your family, your community? You must address one use that you see of this concept for your own future. Of course, you can also write that this concept is not relevant or useful to you if that is how you feel. Just include a rationale for it either way. You will turn in your papers electronically via Blackboard. In the short papers section, you should click on the link for each short paper assignment in order to upload your papers. I mean, this will be obvious when you see the link. Make sure that you read your assignment at least 2 times before you turn it in. It is helpful also to read it out loud to someone or to yourself before turning it in to check for grammar and punctuation. I will not deduct points based on grammar. However, the quality of the paper is usually affected by poor grammar. So it is easier to understand a paper that is written correctly. Short papers will be graded using the following rubric, which you will see on Blackboard when I grade your papers. And this is very important. Many professors do not tell you how exactly they grade your papers, so it's sometimes hard to debate with them whether you think you did a good job or not. So really, if you use the rubric correctly, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it is available to you here. If you read the rubric before you turn in your paper, you should know what your grade is going to be, right? So you should know if you're writing a paper that it should get 100% or not, right? So 10 points. Is it 10 points? Yes, 10 points each of these papers. Now, the partial examinations are There will be four during the semester. These are multiple choice tests that cover a number of modules from the required textbook. These examinations will be administered on Blackboard. The tests will be posted for a period of time, usually 3 to 5 days, for your convenience. I know that many of you work part-time and full-time and would like to offer you the opportunity to schedule the exam when you are able to take it, right? So you pour yourself a nice cup of tea or coffee or water and you sit down. Hopefully keep the liquid away from the electronics, but set yourself up for success. You should plan to take the test during those days that the test will be available. I won't be opening tests for people that forget to take the test. If there is any reason that prevents you from taking a test, you need to let me know as soon as you can. This is an unusual semester, to say the least, and I will try my best to accommodate your needs. Grades will only be available after the tests are offline. Please make sure that you have access to Blackboard and that you use a computer when taking the tests. Many students have reported having trouble when taking the tests on a tablet or on their phones. Please let me know as soon as possible if you need access to a computer. The partial exams are time tests and therefore they are not open book, so study beforehand. Make sure that you study in advance for this test. If you need any particular accommodation, please let the instructor know at least 1 week in advance. Actually, I already got many letters from the Office of Student Accessibility. It is very easy for me to make accommodations for students who need them. Okay, discussion board assignments. There will be 4 discussion board assignments posted during the semester. The assignments will require for you to offer your input on an activity or to respond to a prompt. These assignments will be posted in the first weeks of the semester and will remain posted until you complete them. So I am not more specific about the assignments because the 4 of them will be different. You will see them. Each of them will have their own set of instructions. And once I post them, they will stay there until you take them. So you have flexibility to get to those. I will obviously let you know when they are posted. And the deadline to turn in these assignments, all of them, is the last day of classes, which is December 9th, 2020. All right. Here are some thoughts on attendance and class participation. Class participation is required. You have to be engaged with this class to do well. Some students told me in the spring semester that it was only when classes went online that they realized that their education is ultimately their responsibility. You need to realize that this class is for you. And just as a side note, I just got an email from the registrar saying that some students were complaining that they haven't heard from their professors. And okay, so I'm here for you. This class is for you, but ultimately you are responsible to do well in this class. Obviously, professors need to do their best, and there will be a range of abilities to do that. Some professors will very easily handle the online, some don't, and the same is true for the students. But you want to do well, and I am going to support you doing well. That's what matters. Please note that CSI's attendance policy establishes that students are expected to attend all sessions. A student who is absent in excess of 15% of the class hours in one semester is assigned a grade of WU, withdrew unofficially, subject to the discretion of the instructor. So let me skip that part a little bit because it's very hard for me to enforce this on an asynchronous class. However, I'm going to be monitoring. What I told my colleagues is that I'm not monitoring attendance, but I will monitor absenteeism. So if you have a few days where you don't log in to Blackboard, where I don't see that you have been checking Blackboard, then I will look for you. I will email you. I will try to find you, but also remember I have 50 students in my class, so it's not that I have a lot of time to track you down. But I will make sure that you are logging in. That's all I can do. The rest is on you, people. All right, this is a class calendar. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but you see that we have per week 2 or 3 modules at the most. This is very manageable, very doable. You will see that the things that we're going to be reading about are really interesting and useful. So check it out. We have deadlines for short papers and tests, and I will forewarn you about these. I will also post, as I said, a to-do list for every week. I have not posted the one for the first week. Wait, what did I say is the first week? Sorry, I hate when people do this. I get dizzy. All right, so I started counting the first week from the first week of classes, but really our first class was supposed to be September 1st, but that's fine. I started a little bit earlier because I want us to have enough time to do everything. So get the textbook as soon as you can and get reading. That's what you should be doing right now. You can check the academic calendar for CSI to know when can you withdraw the class and get your money back. Please don't. No, I'm just kidding. Do whatever works for you, but make sure you don't miss any deadline, right? So that's why I post the link here so that you have easy access to it. These are class-specific policies. In the event of any personal issue that might prevent you from doing well in class, please contact me as soon as possible. Do not wait until the end of the semester. Do not wait until you are failing. I am available for appointments. Feel free to email me regarding class or other academic-related matters. Like I can be advising you on what classes you need to take if you're a psych major. I have office hours every week, but make an appointment to make sure I can give you my undivided attention. Be kind and respectful to everyone, even when you do not share their opinion. You're going to see sometimes we're going to have discussions and we all should be respectful of each other. Plagiarism and cheating are bad. That's the summary of that. And you can see the student handbook where it explains what is plagiarism and cheating in case you're unsure what that is. All right, there are very important resources for CSI. What I tell my students is that you already paid for these services, so make sure you can access them. And the last thing I'm going to read is this first gen support statement because it kind of summarizes my feelings. I already told you a little bit about myself, but the statement reads like this. Some of you might be the first generation or first gen in your family attending college. CUNY is proud to have students like you. Our mission is to find you where you are and help you move forward to the next step in your journey. In order to do that, we hope to encourage a sense of control and self-direction. First-gen students oftentimes don't grow up surrounded by the culture of college. If you're having a hard time with the routines and expectations of college, please ask for help. As an instructor, I can only help if I know that help is needed. In addition, you have already paid for many services available to you in our college when you pay tuition, like writing help or counseling. Please know that I understand your situation as a first-gen college student and now a professor. If you keep your focus and do the work, your possibilities are endless. So with that, I will end the reading of the syllabus. And I know you can read. I just feel like I cannot just leave it there for you. I had to clarify a couple of things, find out where I made mistakes. But if you have any questions regarding the syllabus or the assignments, please reach out to me. And I'm sorry I'm scrolling so fast. But once again, okay, maybe I'll scroll. Close your eyes. Woo! All right. I just wanted to show you my contact information again. I'm available to you. Email me, text me. No, don't text me. Call me if you need me. I will be in touch. All right. Today is Friday, August 28th. Have a good weekend. I will be posting more materials soon. Take care of yourselves.